Hello everybody, this is Rick at Tracks VR coming to you with another lap guide video. Today we are at Okayama Piper Circuit, or Short Circuit, whichever you want to call it. This track will be featured in Race 2 of Tracks VR's Youth League. Yes, we are doing it in the rain. And I will be using the Moza R5 bundle with ES wheel and SRP light pedals, which you can purchase from Tracks VR, so give them a ring. Or an email at support@tracksvr.com. But with all the formalities out of the way, let's get to it. So coming into turn 1, we are in the Radical SR3 RSX. I think I forgot to mention that. Coming to turn 1, you want to be looking for the 50 board. Now in the rain, you want to be braking before the 50 board on the left-hand side here. I am in VR, so I can actually look where I'm telling you guys to go. You want to be taking this corner in second or third. You want to apex nice and early and let the car come out to the left-hand side as you want to set up for the next right-hander. As you come under the Yokohama board, you want to be braking in line with the marshal stand as he's waving the yellow flag at me because I'm coming to a stop. In the rain is very important. You kind of miss the first apex of the green AstroTurf, so you don't touch it. Come out nice and wide, and you want to apex late to set yourself up perfectly for this next left-hander. Be very patient on the throttle. Come out nice and wide. Be careful of too much wheel spin in the rain. There are a lot of puddles kind of off the racing line. These are actually nice looking puddles. You want to be braking at or just before the 50 board for this hairpin. This is a very slow corner in the rain. In the dry, it's not too bad. Taking it in second gear to keep the wheel spin to a minimum. Come out to the middle of the track, get all the way back over to the left-hand side. You might have to use a little bit of brake to get the car to rotate back to the right. And as you come around, gentle with your throttle input all the way through those two hairpins. Now coming to this corner is a pit entry, and then the curb on the left-hand side of pit entry or the right-hand side of the corner. When you see it, that's when you want to turn or start turning, but you also want to tap the brakes a little bit in the rain just to get the front tires to bite down. You want to come all the way out wide. The braking point for this corner is kind of non-existent, but I'm going to kind of give you a guesstimate. The end of the blue and white barrier is kind of where I'm braking. And you can take this corner in second or third. Third, probably the best bet in the rain, just because you're going to get a lot of wheel spin coming out. Come all the way out wide onto the curb. It is quite bumpy, so don't hit the dark red stuff on the outside. But let's try flying lap here, see if we can do that 59-second lap time. Don't worry about it, is when the track was relatively dry. So we're looking for the 50 board, braking just before it. Letting the car slow down. It's going to over-rotate a little bit. Let it come out nice and wide to set up good for the next corner. Underneath the Yokohama, braking at the marshal stand. Letting the car just rotate, really slow corner. Use the curb, set yourself up nice for this corner. Really patient on the throttle. Once you feel the grip, you can start to give her. Stay to the right-hand side, looking for the 50. Brake just before it. This track is nice and wet, so the car's got zero grip going to the braking zones. A little bit of brake again for the second hairpin here. Come out nice and wide, gentle on the throttle because you will get some wheel spin. Look for the curb. Tap the brakes a little bit. Let the car rotate. Get back on. Braking at the blue and white board as it kind of leaves your vision in VR. If you're not in VR, you just kind of got to feel it out. And then flat out all the way down the straight here. So looking for the 50 board. Braking just before, second or third. Track's a little bit wetter than I thought. That's okay. Underneath the Yokohama board, braking at the marshal stand just a little bit because you're not going fast enough. Let the car rotate. You're gonna hear lots of tire squeal as these wet tires struggle for grip in the rain. Coming to the hairpin just before the 50 board. Nice and gentle. As you can see, I got a little bit of fishtailing there coming out, a little bit of oversteer. Again, a lot of oversteer. Now when you come into the pit lane, you want to get all the way over to the right, slow right down so you don't come off the track or off the pit lane. All the way in, make sure your pit limiter is on before, and I missed my pit box, but make sure your pit limiter is on before you go past that left-hand side, that one there. Speed limit is 80 clicks, so make sure your pit limiter is on. Pull into your pit stall, yada yada yada. Pit exit, really watch the blend line because you do come out right as people are going to be turning onto the into turn 1. So after the green light, you can turn your pit limiter off, and your blend line is here all the way down, basically until people are going to start slowing down and getting ready to turn in. So you have to really be careful and patient about where you are coming out and making sure you're giving way to the faster cars on track, because they are going to be coming to that corner kind of hot. But other than that, there's your lap guide for Okayama Piper circuit or short circuit, whatever you want to call it, in the Radical SR3 RSX.